class. This is my first episode, so you're going to see some smoke in the background. That's just incense to keep away the mosquitoes. So you draw a line like this, and then you do one like that, and then you do some horizontal lines, Fibonacci sequence, remember that. Look it up if you haven't learned it. And then you just do some pretty equal lines. Slowly, you're tricking your eye to believe that there's a horizon on a two-dimensional object. Circle, square, shadow, okay. Now, let's get into today's subject, which is color. There are three primary colors, yellow, red, blue. Now, these colors are the basis and foundation for mixing. Now, to get certain other colors, you might need to add some others depending on the paints, but typically when you mix blue and red, you get purple. You mix red and yellow, you get orange. What I'm showing here, and this is something that I recommend taking some time to do, which would be get a blank canvas like this one, something you don't care about that you can paint over and over again. Practice going through the color wheel by starting at different variants. So as you can see here, what I'm doing is I'm taking blue to red, and then I'm doing degrees of variation. So more blue versus more red. And then on the red yellow side, same thing. Just by mixing colors, you're going to learn a lot about your palette. You're going to learn a lot about how to use the brush. You're going to learn about smoothing and grading. And so anytime you work on something really complex like a portrait, you're just using different variations and shades of colors. This is an example of building a painting layer by layer, line by line with color. Dark to light. Now the colors are going to change depending on, if it's a tree or if it's stone or if it's far away stone or if it's a sky. Now this is a sketch that was drawn over a lot of different colors, but what I did is I built over these colors. I added in his skin tones, I added in his beard, colored in his eyes, added more hair color, and a lot of it's just using color. I want to use this one of Snoop Dogg where you can see okay, it looks like his face, great. But when I zoom in, you can see different tones of browns and tans. You might even see a little bit of purple. You see some blues. You don't normally see blues and purples on a face, but when you zoom out, those blues and purples add to the bigger picture. This is Frank Sinatra. I'm going to zoom in on his eye. I mean, that's red. That doesn't look like an eye to me. But when you zoom out, it's a different story. So again, here's zooming on the cigarette on his hand. You can do this on a bigger scale. So here's a mural that I did. I'm always in my sweatpants. Sweatpants again. Bob Ross would always say there are only happy mistakes. So when you add any color and it's not right, but it's okay to hang on because whatever that color was, you look at this flywheel, it's only going to add character to the depth and breadth of that value. And what you just slowly want to be working on is just your tones from dark to light. Whatever the color is, it sometimes doesn't really matter. You can trick an eye, and I'm going to show you right here. You can use color to trick the eye that there's curvature, there's three-dimensionality, but those colors don't always have to equally match up, especially in this style of painting. I use greens, reds, blues, purples, every spectrum of color, but what I'm really using here is light and dark. Where areas that are on the darker side of the face, you can use any color really. And in a color that's on the lighter side of the face, I can use any color, just brighter. This is probably one of my favorite examples. I used the face with the three primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. It's not a realistic color palette of what a face would look like. To give you an example that if you practice painting, you can take an object and use multiple colors, and the key is just focusing on highlights and shadows. That's all for today's class. I hope you learned something, and I hope you remember that you are a beautiful rainbow. You are the true painting in the creation of the universe. See you later, everybody. Have a great day.